Okay, welcome to Grass Dogs, episode 3. Today we are looking at the character Miao. Uh-oh, we've got a video on Baidu here. I don't want to watch the video. Miao. Miao. So it means small or wonderful or subtle. Let's have a little look about what the character means in the Dao De Jing. So before we get down to talking about etymology or any of that stuff, let's look at how it is used in Dao De Jing chapter 1, because we are trying to make an exhaustive analysis of Dao De Jing chapter 1 in order that someday, maybe, together, we will make the most complete analysis of the Dao De Jing on the English language internet. I don't know if that's true or not, but we can try. And who cares if we do or not? Let's just try to make it good. Okay, so how did I scroll down there? There we go. Okay, in the Dao De Jing, we first see Miao in the passage. 故常物语 一贯其妙 一贯其妙 Right, my 声调, my tones are not good. Sorry. So, thus, always, without desire, we may observe its miao, its subtlety, its wonder, its minute nature. So today we're working with miao, maybe a shorter episode, we'll see. Okay, so now going from here, let's just see to the next site, Baidu. So today we are not using 说文解字. The reason why we're not using 说文解字 is because it's not that useful. The etymology that 说文解字 claims about miao doesn't help us that much to understand its meaning. So we will instead look at the Baidu article about it. 百科 Baidu is essentially a kind of Chinese Wikipedia, but I believe it's written by experts rather than being written by wiki goblins or whatever they're called. Okay, so the very first thing we get, so miao is a Hanyu, it's a Chinese word, and its meaning, it comes from characters that are associated with nu. Nu means girl. And its original meaning is beautiful or good. Okay, so you got the basic idea here. If we're reading Dao De Jing, we can apply that. We can say, 故常物语一贯其妙. Okay, so if we're always without desire, then we can see that which is wonderful, that which is beautiful, that which is excellent. Okay, so now let's go back to Baidu and keep digging. And we'll try to find out more information about this subtle, small miao character. Okay, so it says, 基本之意, 基本, foundational, 之意, character meaning. Miao. So miao, M-I-A-O with the fourth tone. Pronounced mi-ao, miao. Okay, so number 1, 美, beautiful. 好, good. 妙语, like subtle speech, I think, is what 妙语 means. Let's not leave it to chance. Let's not leave it to chance. So we go to our handy MDBG dictionary that you may remember, mbdg.net /Chinese/dictionary. It says witticism. 妙语 means witticism. Okay, so a witty saying. So it could be, oh, that's the wrong thing. That's about Confucius. Let's see here. I am one of those people who leaves too many windows open. Okay, so we are going to put witticism to the side, not what the Dao De Jing is talking about. 妙不可言, 妙不可言. It's like, wow, it's so subtle or it's so amazing. It's impossible to explain in words. Right? Miao, subtle, minute, etc. 不可, 不可 means cannot. Yan means to speak. Wow, it's so incredible. You just can't explain it. Mei miao, right? This is a wonderful, beautiful. Miao jing is a subtle environment or beautiful, wonderful environment. Miao chu, it means a good point, a good location, or a very wonderful location, etc. But in Dao De Jing, it means something which is subtle. So you could also say it's shen qi. Shen means spirit. Qi means like rising up or like riding on. So shen qi means it's mysterious, right? It's this whoa. It's totally mysterious and amazing. It's not going to be some of the other things, but Miao Yong is a good one too. So it's like a very subtle use or a wonderful use, etc. There's a lot of things. Even here it says Ling Dan Miao Yao, right? So the numinous elixir, miracle, wonderful medicine. Miao can also mean miracle. Okay, so we get the idea here. But there's more to it than that. So if we start to think in terms of etymology, let's see here. How far do we have to go down to get it? If we think about etymology, where is it? So 说文解字 I didn't like too much. I didn't find it that useful to the cause of translating this. Sorry to make you wait. It should be somewhere in here. We should get mention of etymology. There we go. Okay, so 从女 and 从少. So from girl and small. Okay, or girl and few. I'm sorry, not 小, 少, right? 女, girl, and 少, right? So few. Okay, so what does it mean? It means 美妙少女, right? So a beautiful and fine young woman. So that's why it's 本意. Its original meaning is 美 and 好. Beautiful and good. Beautiful, fine, and excellent, as they say here. Okay, so now we have the basic idea, right? But here's the important thing. It doesn't mean it's like, oh, it's so nice to look at. Actually, what it means is it's a very small but very wonderful thing, right? Miao, this principle, very small but very wonderful. So when we look again at Dao De Jing chapter 1 in this particular context, 故常无余一贯其妙, right? So always without desire, you can observe its miao. You can observe that small, subtle, wonderful thing about it, which stands in opposition to 常有余以贯其交, right? So always with desire, you can observe its border, right? So the miao part of it, the subtle, it's small, it's great. You can only do it if you are always without desire. Then you can see it, then you can observe it. But if you have desire all the time, then you get stuck at the border. But isn't it what you were chasing after in the first place? Isn't it, right? Because that's kind of the funny, paradoxical nature of the theory of the Dao De Jing. You always wanted this beautiful, wonderful thing, but when you grasp it, it's not enough. It's not what you thought it was. It goes up in smoke in front of your eyes. It's gone. It's not worth anything, or you can't get enough of it, right? But the real beauty that everybody loves, the real truth that everybody loves, is this subtle reality that exists underneath our thoughts, underneath our desires. It's in the true, genuine silence of a consciousness at peace, right? So again, now I'm making a meditation argument about the Dao De Jing. Okay, I'm not going to hide it anymore, because that's the part of Taoism that I study. So that's my argument. Is Miao means this subtle mechanism of the Tao when you attain Qingjing, right? Clarity and stillness. And it's ever present. The Tao is always manifesting reality. Reality always gets the energy from the Tao. And it has this wonderful, subtle mechanism that is only palpable when we give up our thoughts and when we give up our desire and we enter into the real environs of meditation. That's my Dao De Jing argument. So every time we do this show, we're going to be looking at the Dao De Jing from that perspective. Okay, so far so good. But we shouldn't do things without context. And Miao is used again in this chapter. 众苗之门, right? Now we have talked about this before, right? 众 means all. Miao, again, the subtle, miraculous, wonderful 之门, gate. It's the gateway of all wonders. It's the gateway of all subtle, excellent things, right? So again, now okay, just for today. We'll see how much can we skip. 道可, 道非常, 道明可明, 非常明. If you want to know about those, watch the last video on Dao, episode 2. 无名天地之始, right? So the name with non-being is named as the beginning of heaven and earth. 又名万物之母. Being is named as the mother of the myriad things. So again, you have a basic idea of that. 故常无有一观其妙, 常有一观其妙, right? So long, always without desire, and you can observe that which is wonderful about it, always with desire, and you can observe the border condition of it. So we talked about that. 测量者痛出二异名. So these two things, they leave together, but they're differently named. So those two things are being and non-being. 通为智玄. Together their meaning is mystery. 玄之有玄. So you remember the first episode we talked about mystery, so you can go back and watch that if you want to know. 众苗之门. So this very, very mysterious, right? The 冲玄, the dual mystery, is actually the location of the 众苗之门, the gateway of all wonders. So now, okay, why don't we wrap a bow on it for the end of the third episode? 玄, you may remember, is the color black with red inside of it. So it's mysterious because something is contained inside of the darkness. Now, Miao is very, very small and subtle, right? So it's the subtlety of this mysterious darkness with something in it, something manifesting inside of it, right? So that's the Miao, that's the subtlety. And it comes from the wu, shi, and you, mu, right? So it comes from the wu ming tian di zhi shi, right? Non-being is called the beginning of heaven and earth. You ming wan wu zhi mu. Being is called the mother of all things, all phenomena. So when you look at it like that, right? This Miao, this wonderful, subtle, small thing, actually is the relationship between non-being and being. Being which is incubated within non-being, both of which are created by the Dao, which is ineffable. Dao ke, Dao fei chang Dao. The Dao which can be named as such is not the constant Dao, right? So again, the Dao, if you remember from the last episode, is the movement of the leader. It's the first movement. So it creates being and non-being. And the only way that you can observe its wonderful action is if you rid yourself of the human desire and thought that's getting in the way of you being able to perceive the true nature of reality. So that's the basic argument. If you can do it, if you can get yourself out of the way and you can observe what's truly present, then you will enter into a very mysterious state, a very profoundly dark state, but something true is contained within it. And I'll prove this as we go through the Dao De Jing. This is definitely one of the major theses of the Dao De Jing. So in this very profound dark state, which is darker and deeper and more profound and more hidden, within it at the deepest level is the gateway of all things wonderful, of all things mystical and minute and subtle. That's the access point by which we can engage with the Tao. That's why Taoist people practice meditation, because it's It's one way to get there, right? Now, on the other hand, you could also, right, be long without desire and view that as a matter of following abstentions. And indeed, people in Taoism and Confucian and Buddhism and Christianity and Islam and pretty much every, school of thought that cares about spirituality also do this non-desire thing through following abstention. So it's not only meditation, but meditation plays an important role in it. So now we know by the end of this third episode that these ideas of Tao, non-being and being, this subtle thing called Miao, and mystery are all tied together. And even though we can't really perceive the Tao, we can enter into a state which is close to it by reverting back to non-desire, self-forgetting, pure state, which is enveloped in profound darkness and silence, but can generate something on the other side, which is this gateway of all wonders. So there you go. And it seems like my air conditioning is turning on and it's making some background noise. So I may as well wrap it up here. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Grass Dogs. Like and subscribe, please. That would make me incredibly happy. I'm always happy to see when you like and subscribe and comment in the nice comments section, even just to say hi. And we'll see you in the next one. I don't know which necessarily what we're going to do there. We might move on to chapter 2. We'll see. I would like to give the Dao De Jing as much attention as humanly possible. It's such a wonderful book, and we can learn so much from it. Okay? See you next time.